Oh, I want my talking music. My talking music. This ain't my talking music. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks, sometimes conversations on the way I feel about things, and today's a pretty okay day. It's one of those in-between days. It's a cloudless day. It's a cloudless in-between day. I was just... Mom and I were chatting before we started this talk. How different the world is, how fast things are changing, man. They're evolving so fast. And even if we don't even read them, we don't like you can feel it. You can feel it, huh, Ma? It's like the world is spinning faster or something. Everybody's getting all spun up. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking about that. I'm like, about how, that's why I called the talk what I called it today, how the meek will inherit the earth. It's my interpretation. These are all my interpretations on how I see things based on my frame of reference, which is not similar to a lot of people's. So, anyway, how the meek shall inherit the earth. See, everybody's getting so sensitive, man. Everybody's getting so sensitive. People are getting sensitive when they're getting aggressive too. Like, Mom, all day long, I'll open the window after the sun shifts to a certain part so she can look out the window. She likes to watch the cats that play outside. And so I'll open the window because otherwise it's too bright. She and I have very sensitive eyes. I have to wear transition lenses, otherwise I get freaking blinded by stuff. And I'm so tired. Like the last 4 nights, several nights, I lost track. I just don't keep track anymore right now. I've been getting up at 3:30 and staying up. So but I go to bed kind of earlier. I go to bed about 8:39. My body wants to go to sleep when the sun goes down. It wants to wake up when it comes up. It's been like that for a long time. So, anyway, our eyes are real sensitive. I open the window when the sun shifts enough for her so she can watch out, and because it gets too bright. What was I talking about? Oh, but we've always been sensitive. You were sensitive since you were a little baby, huh, Ma? I was sensitive since I was born. Me and Mom didn't meet until I was day 3 on planet Earth. Because they sterilized her. They without her permission, mind you. They cut her uterus in half and took out one of her ovaries. They did that a lot to women in the 70s, of a certain demographic, of a certain stereotype. Yeah, these controlled freaks have been doing weird shit for a very long time. Mom's been a product of it. I've been a product of it. A lot of people are products of it. More and more people are talking out about it, their experience. It's the washer. I gotta wash Mom's sweater. It's like prying candy from a baby's hand, trying to get that little red sweater off her. I'm like, Mom, just wear this one for an hour while I wash it. And then I thought about it, and I can't dry it because it'll shrink. So it's got to air out. So you might have to wear that overnight. Are you okay with that? So that other one can air out naturally. Your red one's cashmere. It'll shrink. So now everybody's gone around. See, and then what really did it for me and my sensitivity, the shift that really I don't know, sent me from keeping my mouth closed about 80% of the time, 75% of the time, just to keep the peace. Went away after I got 6 anthrax vaccines back in 2004. Yeah, so my sensitivity just through the, yeah. Some days I won't go out. Yeah. And it's because, and people make fun of it all over the place. People that get triggered and stuff like that. People that have, you know, it's just mostly, and I've never been a violent person. I just, and people look at me as hostile because I talk about how they're behaving. And they look at that, they feel like I'm being hostile toward them because I do it in a way that exposes their behavior for what it is, and then they feel like an asshole. And so what do they do when they feel like an asshole? They're going to make me the asshole. It's been like that my whole life. Anyway, I know how the controllers work in like a lot of situations, so I got way more sensitive. Mom's had a lot of surgeries and stuff, and you know, you cut into the human body and things like that. You get your nerve endings and things get oh so sensitive. And now that all these other people have gotten all these freaking accessories, the elixir, the not so magic elixir that is put into them. One guy I know, I don't know him anymore. You don't know people. How well do you ever really know people? How really do you know yourself? Anyway, I used to know him from Omaha, and he was posted on Instagram about getting the virus after getting 3 shots. And and he talked about what a miserable experience it was. And so I asked, which symptom was it that was lessened because he got the vaccines, because he got all 3. And he's a statistician. The guy's a statistics guy. You know, so of course I get a very clinical answer of there's no way of knowing. I understand that there's no way of knowing. But, you know, that to me, and these are the people that work in academia. And there's a whole lot of them. Come here. Come on. Sometimes neighbor cats from the cat crews next door, they'll come over and try and start stuff with my guys, and they're all little. My guys are all little, so I heard them going, ah! So I had to go check it out, make sure they're out there okay. So now that everybody's getting all this, and what it does, how I look at it is this stuff like wraps around your endocrine system and then just like charges it, right? So we're gonna just see and hear more and more and more and more and more and more accounts, basically, of people losing their shit. Number one, because the frequencies of the planet are spinning up, and they have been for the last several years. We're in a constant state of flux, and we've been reaching a cultivating point. You know, we're reaching mass critical point here pretty quick, because things can only head in a certain trajectory for so long before boom, huge shifts, and we're due for a big old shift. I can't believe it. All these people are like, you went in the Akashic Records and you picked this time to incarnate in life. And my attitude has been, hell no. I got in trouble someplace and they drafted my ass. That's how I feel about that, Ma. So, what's gonna need to happen is we're gonna have to create an environment, a society, because if you look around, man, people like kids, I mean, kids are smart and stuff like that, but they're not tough. People are not tough. People are meeky. They're very, very meeky. You know, and parents have done a lot of kids a great disservice by doing everything for them. By wiping every surface with antiseptic wipes and not letting them play in the dirt and bust their knees open and get rocks in their knees and climb trees and go catch frogs with their bare hands. Kids have not for like decades. I think my generation was like really the last generation that really did that. I mean, you get it here and there, but here and there, and there's a lot, and Grant, I understand there's a lot of places, most places in the United States are not impacted by the interwebs. A lot of people are, you know, like in Arkansas and, you know, in all places all over the place, they've disconnected, so you know, but still, the majority, kids have gotten fluffy, sitting on the couch, playing video games, eating, you know, drinking soda. Contrary Marjorie. I've had this in the refrigerator for probably 9 days. And I was like, I better finish it. It is so flat. That's so funny. I drank most of my calories. So that's how I look at it. That's how the Meek are, because we're going to have to make a planet for people that are really inept. Because if you look around, I mean, I live in New Mexico. And it's other, I know it's in other states too. Teachers are just fed up, man, because there's so many fucking asshole people that have kids, so they're raising asshole kids. And then they go to school, and I think it's a mixed combination, because I don't know, like a lot of the teachers, because I've known a lot of teachers and principals and stuff like that. I've always kept track, like people I went to school with and stuff, and their personality types. And like it seems like the last of the ambitious ones, they're getting ready to retire now, you know. So there's just not longevity in things, man. People dabble, people go in and they try this. My brother was a teacher for like less than a year, less than the school year, in Sacramento, in like a rough part of town. He I'll never forget it. He's like was it 4th grade? Is that how 4th grade where kids are 10? Somewhere around there? Yeah, these little girl and boy were passing notes and he intercepted it. They were talking about meeting up to have sex. 10 years old. My brother's like, nope, I'm done. I'm not doing this. Done. And then went a different way. So yeah, world's changing a lot, but I mean, people are in a constant, I mean, just like the earth, you know, the energies of the earth we're in a constant state of flux. We are too, and we're reaching frequencies that people, you know, people got weird ways of wording stuff to me. Like they talk about love being the highest frequency there is. Well, there's a lot of people that have been born on this planet that have never experienced love. Not the way that they express it in books, media, you know, not, you know. So people have been neglected a lot on this planet. A lot of harm has been caused to a lot of people, you know. So how are so many people going to, oh, okay, there's the love, you know, I'll recognize love. There it is, based on never knowing what it is. I don't see it different. I see it different. I think truth, knowledge, That's the highest frequency, as much as you know. The ability to discern. We're given gifts, clues, what is a lie? I've been rehearsing my whole life, and I still get duped. I still get duped because you know what? I want to believe people because I see the goodness in people, and I understand that everybody has shadow, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But as you get older, you learn that there's red. People will hit you with who they are in the face. They will smack you with who they are in the face. So, we gotta make a world for all the sensitive people. Because there's gonna be more and more sensitive types. You know, the elders? I'm good with elders. Huh, Ma? I'm pretty good. And, like, what people need to do to really take care... You know what people need to do? People need to soak their mom and dad's feet. You got an elder, your parents are in their 70s. Soak their feet, rub their feet, look at their feet, trim their nails, make sure that they're good. Just that taking care, just you spending that time and taking care and somebody caring about them, that's a truth. That's a truth. Right. Yeah. Time spent is the truth. Words? You know how many people have told me they love me that I don't ever even hear from? Or I have one-sided conversations with a lot of times? Or when I do talk to, I get ridiculed? You know? I got told today, you've given it a heck of a shot, Marge. You want me to help you find a place for Mom? I'm like, dude, why doesn't he get? We're a package deal. We're going to be together until one of us takes our last breath. But, oh well. He's missing out, not us, because we have a lot of fun, huh, Ma? Well, we're missing out a little bit, because I miss Hell. I'd like to watch Helly grow up. He keeps me from her, because he knows what hurts. I know those kind of people. And I want to help people learn how to, even though you don't get your way in life a lot, still be okay and still find a lot of joy and a lot of laughter in life. I'm getting better. I'm getting to a point that I'm finally oh my gosh, I'm not on a downward spiral. It's been a hard last 5 years, man. It's been hard. It's been so hard. But I called and made my chiropractor appointment today. So I'm excited that they're even that she's even going to see me, because I've heard so much about this woman. And I'm just going to bring in, I got a stack of 28 pieces of paper of my chiropractic. I got all of my medical records from the Air Force. I got all of them. And so, because when I went in, I'm all about attention to detail. I'm very thorough. I'm smart. I'm all these things. So when people, when I don't succeed at getting something and people are like, like, did you try this, this, and that? I'm like, yeah, of course I tried all those things. The system is not built to help people, because that's how they get to keep their freaking gazillion-dollar budgets and pay themselves $250K and give themselves titles and letterhead and business cards. They don't care about people. It's not designed. I called the Social Security office lady, who told me to call Health and Human Services, and then I can be like designated as Mom's caregiver. I'm like, oh yeah, because when I did that in Oregon, I had to pay a third-party company, wanted me to pay them $1,500 to collect all of her medical records to prove her case. And I'm like, prove her case? She hasn't known what date. She had a major brainstem stroke when she was 38. All I gotta do is tell you her medical history. You know, she hasn't known what day it is in 15 years. You don't need to put her through anything else. This country has already fucking not done her enough favors. That's why I am here to defend her until my last breath. And as you see, I've looked around. I see people haven't stuck up for their parents, and that's their path. I don't fucking care. It's not my problem what people do with their parent. What kind of I haven't seen my dad since I was 40. I'll be 48. Because I came to the conclusion I don't have the energy. He doesn't want to have a relationship with me because I take care of mom. And he can't let go of shit from I don't know why. You know? And I don't care. You know? So he don't want to know me. So he don't gotta know me. And when I do know him, it's because I put in all the effort, and I don't got the effort. I don't got the energy to have one-sided relationships anymore. I did that for the whole first part of my life. I had really good, solid friendships, relationships. And it's because I was just putting freaking shit into it all the time. Oh, no, it's okay. You don't gotta do nothing for me. I was very imbalanced. I am much, much more balanced now. Yeah. Meditation helps a lot, man. Once you plug into source, man, you don't, everything you recognize on the planet is bullshit. But people don't take the time. They don't take the time. They don't take the time. No. There we go. Whew. So, more and more people are getting sensitive. People don't know how to, and because people get their feelings hurt, man, they freaking lash out. Male, female, young, old, it doesn't even matter, man. People are going to violence like that. Wait. There it is. Like, which is the one that's the snapper? There it is. Always like whistling and all kinds of stuff. The lost arts. Yeah, the world is changing so fast. But here it's pretty quiet. Me and mom just been in gratitude. It's been so cold out. I think it's like 24 degrees now. I'm going to have to take the DOGs out next half hour or so, but it's so cold. And it's the darndest thing because I freaking hate it. But I know it's not just me, and I know it's not just because I was talking to a healer, and I was like, because I like talking to people that deal with the broad scope of different people. And I was like, when I get worked up, I get hot. But now I'm getting hot flashes too because I'm around that age. And mom, it sucks. Mom, like, you know, women usually can get well, there's a lot of women, mom's generation that had hysterectomies. I asked them to in the Air Force. They said no. And so mom never experienced like menopause. She had like a medically induced menopause when they jacked her up. So but other people do, women out and because I'll be standing, it's a trip because I'll be just anywhere. They're just I'm a hot person to begin with. That's why I shave my head, is because I'm such a hothead. And then when I get annoyed or I get frustrated or I get mad, it magnifies it. And being cognizant of it, being totally aware that I do this, you know. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I ain't going out today. All right. But the healer lady was said, with all the people that she's dealt with, she's like, I've talked to a lot of veterans that have that do that. It's because all the shit that they freaking put into us as human experience. Are people getting it? I think about all these guys that just freaking get away with being fucking douche, asshole, freaking misogynistic jerks. They get away from so much just being so jerky just because of all they had to put up with. And I'm just like, the way I look at it, a lot of them made a lot of people really miserable too. I don't know, there's so many parts of that industrial military complex. It's just another bros club. Are people seeing it yet? There's people freaking living on the streets all over the place, but you have a small group, selected group of people of less than like 69,000, in some of the branches that just are catered to. You get to go all around and just all to kill people in countries we have no business being in, because ain't nobody defending jack shit on this country, on this soil. There is no freedoms being defended on this soil. It's happening all over the planet. It's hilarious. How people are talking about Canada coming forward and stuff. And then here's fucking, 13 states. I live in one of 13 states where people are still fucking have to wear a stupid indoors. Just because it's about power and control and money and numbers but they want everybody shut up inside here because they want to traffic the human traffickers. They make a lot of money from trafficking humans at the frickin' for their grossness. More and more people seeing that too yet? Yeah? See, because so many people believe in this because it's a truth. It's a truth. It's an undeniable truth that these people are doing this. I was watching an old episode of, Mom's been watching Columbo today. And Johnny Cash was on an episode. I was like, oh, how many scumbag, scoundrel things did that guy do? Because that guy freaking sold his soul a long time ago. They all do. They all do. It's all a club. I think if people are like, and you know what, like notice how everything that you ever do, like I had the NHS, the New Mexico human health and human office, right? When I called today, the number's out of order. And then, so I was like, all right, I'll send an email. And I'm like, I'm my 71-year-old mother is caregiver. I want to talk to a person about any kind of benefit for her. Anything that'll make her life better, because we're looking for a forever home too. And so I get an email back. And the email is, call this 800 number, which puts you into one of those automated frickin' phone loops from hell. All these people are getting paid probably $3,000 a month. So after taxes, they're taking away like 27, 25, enough to freaking drive the car that you live in, pay for the place that you live in, and, maybe go to fucking Cancun once a year or something like that. Pretty much do what you want. Buy family presents. Do all the stuff that you've been programmed to do. Just enough to get by. Right? So, but still nobody answers any phones. These systems are not designed to help people. They're not. So what I do is I just have relied on God, my higher power, and He's taking care of us. He's provided people. It's been seconds and inches. He's always come through. Good orderly direction, my higher power. That's who I call. Because people I've been talking for 3-4 years that, people got better start believing in power greater than themselves, outside themselves. And people have done that. A lot of them have been picking the shadow shit, man. People are eating up the shadow side stuff, man. They're eating up the evil, the wicked, the potential for gnarly. They're loving it. Can't believe the following that people that are outwardly of the dark. They get the attention that they get. And now we're going to have that wave of people that are in the dark, but they've come to light. So freaking, you know what? I fucking make them work for it, dude. Make them prove it that there are, Because there's a lot of people that have been out here struggling every day to stay out of the shadow, recognizing, knowing what it is in me every step of the way. I've been having alcohol cravings lately. Yeah, that's one of my shadow aspects. I love oblivion because I don't give a fuck. I do not care about nobody. I'm an autonomous freaking nothing. Everybody's on their own when I consume spirits. I don't like being like that. So think about how much I don't like being like that. Played that tape through. Yeah. And I think about all the terrible stuff. And I think about hearing all the years and years and years of stories of terrible things that people did. And even after, just like having to cope with things after life. Family members killed, murdered, people killing people, just like heavy life stuff. There's a lot of people that haven't felt a lot of heavy life stuff. So they're going to get their opportunity to. Because that's how collective consciousness works. Everybody gets their chance. And if it's not in this incarnation, I think that's why it's so important to absolve fears, to get past fears. Because fears are some of these fears that we've had, we've carried on for infinite incarnations. What if we put our heads around the fact that, okay, what if everybody that you've ever crossed paths with, you've lived as them? Even if it's that dog that, or that dog you were mean to on the street. I've never been mean to a dog on the street. I'll chase dogs out of the yard here. Cats too. Yeah. But people, because you gotta, and a lot of fears, every fear that people have is stuff that they tell themselves. Nobody's telling you to be afraid of stuff. I mean, I've been unscared at a lot of very potentially scary situations. But I'm like, fucking, this is I've seen it for the bullshit that it is. When they say the whole world's a stage, they're not kidding. It's a trip. So I don't know. I think I don't know how many other people have had. I know people have their life's challenges. I just have had a lot for a very long time. And my brother even said today, oh, craptastic. He said, because I sent him a email. I was like, okay, here's your request. You get in the loop. He's like, I'm sorry, Marge. I can imagine you are struggling with your emotions at the moment. People in much better positions than you couldn't have done it for as long as you have. No need to feel bad or sad. You have done it more for her. More for her than anyone who has ever lived. He wants me to put her in her home. I'm like, actually, I'm good. 'Cause I am. 'Cause God's always taken care of us ever since I was 2-3 years old and snuck out of Sunday school and climbed up in that tree. And younger than that, ever since They've been trying to overtake my light. They've been trying to take my light and make me dark since I was 10 months old. I'm gonna be 48 April 9th, 11:01 a.m. Yep. See, I let people know who I am, all about me, because people try to come up, people try to be my friend and then do weird, dastardly shit, I'm a very cautious person because I've had a life experience. I remember there's this gal that I liked that you befriended at Flamson, Becky. And she was fun to be around and stuff like that, and she was cute, And you were trying to save money for us to move, and she took it from us. Yeah, and it's just like she stole it from us. So and so it like put us back. It's just like people have done dastardly things. People, so what I strive to do is not be like people like that I don't identify with. That's why I lift weights because and try and stay fit, and I'll go out and I'll shovel all the way out to the road and stuff like that just to keep my body moving and agile and limber. Because there's so many people, freaking people out that just have let themselves go, man. It's like how much are you enjoying life that you're going to cut your life short from so much enjoying all the abundance? I've been them. So